What's up, peep? Oh, can I first thing I want to say, I'm so happy, like it warms my heart. Like the cops, LAPD, like I grew up in LA, I've seen some bad stuff, and I'm white. So it's just good to see that like everybody's on board. Well, everybody, like all these people that are going out to these protests, it's so cool to see that like they feel the same way as me because for years I'm like, what the hell, like this is, you know like of course, like the worst I've had to deal with police is them just be like totally out of line, and I'm just like, what the hell, like don't, like they're so condescending. And I understand, like when you're at a job where people are just being dumb, I mean shit, the barista is often condescending, but the barista can't put you in jail or do bad things to you and get away with it. So I'm just so stoked to see that so many people feel the same way as me. Like this isn't cool, this isn't okay. I also do side, I feel the police's side because like they have a tough job. Like I heard that they're going to cut the LAPD budget. Honestly, I think they need more money. Like they need to have like designated therapists. Like I think it should be mandatory that if you're a police officer, you should have to go to therapy. Is it not already mandatory? Because like that, I mean, they say, "Oh, we need to teach de-escalation. We need to teach de-escalation." Dude, de-escalation is more than just something you teach. Like that is, it's really hard, especially if you're somebody that has like anger issues, to de-escalate. Like that's, but it's good to hear that like so many people are on the same page now because I've lived my whole life seeing these stories and I'm just like, how is this okay? Like how are these people getting away with this? And I really feel like this time things are going to be different. Like when those cops got off, they had it in Simi Valley over here, the trial, when what actually happened was over on Foothill miles away, and they moved the trial to where they knew, like cops live in Simi Valley. Like they knew that if they get the trial, like it seems like a gnarly conspiracy, like the whole Rodney King thing. It was so messed up. The riots actually started when the cops got off, when they were acquitted. That's when the looting happened. People were so angry. And this time around, it's a lot different, Like before, it was a few days where people just didn't leave the house. There was the least amount of traffic there has ever been in the history of LA. There was more traffic when people went around in horse drawn carriages than when the LA riots happened. Like the town was dead. People were scared. And it's not like that this time around. People are not afraid to go out. Um, and it's really cool to see the communities come together. Even my own, if you saw my last video, my own community right here, Granada Hills, Northridge area, we all got out there and protested. There was 1,000 people out there. It was mostly young kids, but there's a pandemic going on. So imagine if there wasn't a pandemic, how many people might have shown up. So, but I titled this that I'm not happy. That was what I am happy about. What I'm not happy about is, dude, my mom has been on the rampage for like a couple days now. Like, I haven't seen her like this in a while. And um, when she gets like this, I have good reason to be scared because, um, bad things, criminal things have happened when my mom's attitude goes south. Like I've had some really, the worst things that have happened to me in my life happened after she started losing her mind like the way she's doing right now. And right now it's subtle, like, but I see it and it's not good, and it's got me really upset. Um, I think like I've really enjoyed this time living with my parents the last couple of years. I got out of debt, improved my credit score, like I did all the things that I needed to do, but um, and, those are things that are not just for selfish reasons, like that. Those are things that make me more capable to help the rest of the family when I'm not having a problem, right? Hey, Michaela. RG, Watchmen. Okay, so I'm actually just starting on why I'm not happy. So, yeah, my mom, she has like a personality disorder. Like, so basically what she's been doing, like, okay, yesterday, the gardener came and she went out and yelled at him. Like, you just don't talk to people like that. My mom's always been like a boss, right? My whole life, she's been like she was the CEO of this like workroom, just like, I don't know, maybe like 50 employees or less, but still, like, she's used to being in charge. And, I mean, it's completely uncalled for. Like, you just don't treat people like, so the gardener, she's yelling at the gardener. She goes out and she disrespectfully tells him not to like blow his blower at some stuff that happens to be mine in the backyard. We're going to have a yard sale over here. And so she goes out and yells at him because he blew it in that direction. And like, he's a good gardener. Like, I like the guy. Like, I don't know. She has literally mentioned how much she hates him and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, like, he's a good gardener. Like, why? I don't understand why she has such a big problem with him. Like, he does everything we ask. He's a nice guy. Like, it's just. So, anyways, the gardener. Sometimes it takes me too long to just spit it out. I'm sorry, guys. The gardener comes to my dad and he's like, dude, if she keeps this up, I'm not gonna take this job anymore. Like, I'm just not even gonna keep. And we rent, so the landlord is who pays him, and he's just like, that's just so bad. Like, so he's gonna go tell the landlord that the person renting from him is yelling at him. Like, the landlord's just gonna be like, oh, like that's not something you want your landlord to hear about. And and the fact that she would even treat him that way is so insane. He doesn't deserve that. Nobody does. But him in particular, like, he does a great job. He doesn't like deserve that. And so she's yelling at strangers basically. Um, Today she comes home and she's just complaining about everything. She's like mad at my dad because he opened the verticals. Like, she's mad because uh, there was something in the kitchen that she's never seen before. It was like one of those screens that you put over a pan so that the grease doesn't splatter everywhere, but it's like a screen. So she saw that and she's like, what's this doing here? I've never seen this before. And she's like yelling and she's like seriously angry about it. Um, like, I'm not quite sure what's going on. She's really coming down on me. She's saying that like I don't do enough, and um, she just texted me like literally right before I went live. She texted me to put down the toilet seat, which it's so funny. Like, I've been here 2 years. She hasn't said that one time. And then I left the toilet seat up one day. I don't even remember why. Like, I think I was actually doing something and I had the toilet seat open. Like, I swear I close the toilet seat, like, all the time. But of course, the one time that you leave it up now, like, I just left it up again. Like, I swear it's some psychological thing with me. Like, now that she's like all of a sudden telling me to put down the toilet seat, that's why I'm leaving it up. Like, I'm not doing it consciously though. Um, the thing that I can't like make clear enough to you guys is that this is not normal. Like, she's seriously angry. Like, she's like pissed. She's walking around the house pissed off. like every second. Like you can't talk to her. Like it's a personality disorder, you know? Like this is not normal behavior, and it's led to criminal behavior in the past, you know, to where I feel in danger. You know, like I don't know what she's going to do. You know, she already wants to throw away some of my stuff. Um, I got to get this van finished, and so I can spend less time here. You know, I need to go on a trip. Have her submit to God, and the devil will. Dude, she goes to church. You know, she's more the sanctimonious type. You know what I mean? Like she's telling everybody how they should live, and she's telling us like to, you know, like the most awkward moment where my dad and I are sitting there. She's in the kitchen. That's another thing. My mom, she's always yelling from the other room, calling people like all day, and on the phone. She calls all the time, and she, you know, she's asking my dad. Like I take out the trash pretty much every day, and so she specifically wanted to know if my dad took out the trash last night because I'm supposed to take out the trash. But sometimes my dad will just do it, you know, because he doesn't care. Like he'll just take out the trash. Like it's not, he doesn't think like, oh, I need to leave this for Dave to do. He just thinks like, oh, I'm going to go outside right now. The trash is right here. I'll just take it with me, you know, like, and I take the trash out like 90% of the time or more. So I don't know. Like my point is, she's just looking for anything to be mad about. Like that's kind of the status right now. Oh hey, what's up, Kevin? But it will be in the last van life. Too many say she's 72. Yeah, you know, I mean, and also like I don't know if I made it clear. Like my mom can be totally awesome. Like she's like the most generous person I know. But she gets into these weird moods, and this one's lasted a couple days. You know, normally she has like fits of anger at some point during the day, but she's been like genuinely like just so sad for 2 days. And when I say sad, I mean mad because, you know, they are the same emotion. Yeah, she recently retired, but she started working. You know, she's like basically right where she wants to be right now. And I think she's realizing that the grass wasn't greener because she wanted to work for this private company, um, like a much smaller private company, but she was with Lowe's for a lot of years and she finally retired and she was really frustrated over there. Like, and she's happy to be retired, but it's literally just right after she started at this new job that she started acting like kind of a little bit insane. So I have a feeling it has something to do with that. And I'm clearly being scapegoated, and I'm used to this. Like it's reminding me of my childhood, and I would literally cry pretty much every day at some point because my mom would berate me for something, like anything, and I would just constantly be telling myself, like you're a good kid, like she's just got some kind of emotional issues, like she's not, there's something not right with her, but like, I'm really a good kid. Like most parents would be so happy to have me, like she just, she gets really angry and it gets uncontrollable. And I think there's also a certain aspect of like not really understanding, you know, right and wrong to the fullest, like she thinks like some of the stuff that she does that's like truly egregious is the what a mother is supposed to do or what a boss is supposed to do, and it's not, you know so I just thought I'd talk to you guys because I don't have a therapist. I want to start going to therapy because, like living here has really like opened. I've studied psychology for a lot of years. I'm always like researching and trying to understand myself and people better. And I see now that like after living with her that like to the extent like in some ways that I've been affected negatively because of this behavior. And I think in the long run, even now, I think it's really helping me, to understand myself better, see like, you know, not like try to undo some of the damage that's been done, by just understanding it and coming to the realizations of like how I've been affected. So, and because once you see it, like how can I explain it? How can I give an example of like, okay, for example, when I was younger and she would be mad at me, like I legitimately felt like I didn't have a choice because in a lot of ways I didn't, right? And so I I never developed that ability to like, as much as I tried, like even now it affects me so much, like I can't help but it not affect me. um and I realize like not everybody's like that, and like some people, like they can just kind of brush it off, be like, oh well, that's not cool, like, well, f you, and then they just move on with their day. Me, like it really affects me. Like I don't do well. Like I can't, like I feel like I'm not being productive. I'm It's kind of like I was telling my dad, it's kind of like cigarette smoking, right? Like people that smoke cigarettes, they don't realize like how much of their mind is being taken up by that addiction of cigarettes. Like you're either like you're constantly thinking like, oh, I want a cigarette, right? And it's just like taking part of your mind away. um yeah, I just don't deal with stress like very well. I think I'm okay. This is the big problem. Like me, I fix problems, right? This is a problem I can't fix. Like, and if I try to make any effort, then she sees that as an opportunity to like be like, like right now she's in this weird mood. If I'm trying to be nice to her at all, she just gives me dirty looks and like sulks, and I just like, you can't, there's just no, you can't like, it's a win-lose situation and there's no way around it. And as much as I'd like to just like not think about it, it like it's eating me up because I know I need to get out of here. Like imagine like something. Okay, this is another thing that I realized. Like so, I I do this thing right where um I don't want to leave my room. You know, like okay, so people have been home pretty much every day. Oh, my legs are falling asleep. People have been home here pretty much every day, right? Because of what's going on. And the other day, I woke up and nobody was home. And man, I haven't felt that feeling in a while. Like, I just felt so relaxed. And I spend a lot of time here when people are home, like trying to hide. You know, it's like I don't want to go outside my bedroom door because I don't know what's going to happen. Like I don't want to deal with like a negative situation. Like I would rather just stay in my room. Like I have my coffee, I have water, I have like a little coffee maker set up in my room. Um, I have everything I need. Plus, I have a sliding glass door. Like, like if I really had to, I could just go outside and pee in a bush, so that I don't have to walk over to the bathroom. Like that's how serious this is. Like I do, I go to great lengths to not have to go out there. And I realized that's not the way other people live. I think most people don't do that. I think most people, they just live their life. They just go into different rooms of their houses. They go talk to their parents, like, hey, you know? And I do that too. But I spend a lot of time every day avoiding. And it sucks. Like, I don't want to be that way. Like, I started this live stream late because I heard my mom walking in the hallway and I didn't want to run into her. And I wanted to start the live stream out here so I can just like talk freely and I didn't have to like lower my voice or anything. Um, yeah. What does he say? Oh my God, my father is going through the same torture. You know, she's getting mad at him too. You need to clarity in this situation. Well, I have a lot of clarity. Like, you know, I know that I know that it's a personality disorder that clashes with my INFJ personality. Um, anytime somebody my personality type gets around somebody with her personality disorder, it ends up not being a good situation. So, and very much like alcoholism, right? Like until she decides that she has a problem and she wants help, there's nothing anybody can really do. Like at some point though, I have to look out for myself and have some distance. And you know, it's that really works. Um, you know, when I wasn't living here, like she would constantly be telling me anytime I would visit, she'd be telling me like, "Oh, you could sleep here. Like, you go ahead, like spend the night here." You know, she like didn't want me to leave, and now that I'm here, she wants to act like I'm like a huge problem. Yeah, I'm not trying to go to a psychiatrist to get pills. I'm trying to talk to somebody that understands psychology that can like help me identify better like what's going on and then give me like tools of like how to cope with the situation, how to make the situation better. That's what a psychologist can do. Psychiatrists, though, they're the ones that prescribe the drugs. Yeah, borderline personality. That's one. That's one thing. Walking on eggshells. Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah, I've done a lot of research on it, so yeah, there's definitely some borderline in there, like for sure. Yeah. Um, it's a tough one. Part of what makes it tough is that a lot of times, like I said before, like she's like the most generous person I know. But something that I realized is that's something that comes along with the personality disorders, right? Like, yeah, it's so crazy how like confusing it can get when you're being abused, essentially. You know, let's listen to Dave lecture cops on how to act. What? I mean, I don't know how a cop should act, honestly. Relax. INFJ, yeah, INFJ. I think I'm an INFJ. Like I thought I was an ENTJ for a while, and then I took the test again, and I was like, oh shoot, no, I'm an INFJ. Like what? And then I started studying the different like introvert versus extrovert, um, feeling versus I can't even remember right now. And I started looking at all the little individual aspects, and I'm pretty sure I'm an INFJ. I think there's a chance that I'm an an INTJ, but I don't think so. I think I'm an INFJ for several reasons. Gather some weed, dude. I'm telling you, like that would change everything. Like you're so right about that. Like, but she's completely against it. You know what I mean? She's like one of those people that's just she's already made up her mind. Weed's a bad thing. It's immoral. Like all that kind of stuff. You know. Drinking. She doesn't drink. Oh, hey, Michelle. Oh, you understand what I'm going through? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you do. Like, oh man. Uh, did you go to the protest, Michelle, at Tatchworth and Zelza? It was crazy. Did you see my video? Why are you so obsessed with my small wiener? I don't understand. Um, from the racial stuff going on. Oh, cool. Yeah. Dude, I like to think of me as one of the woke white guys. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've been, you know, I've been through a lot of emotional abuse. Also, like, I see it's, I feel like I have this ability to see the truth in a lot of situations where some people, like, they don't want to see the reality. They're like in denial, maybe. Not that I don't, like, I'm sure I have plenty of denial in my life. But, like, another thing, I'm very curious about the world, and I watch a lot of movies and documentaries, and it's just clear to me that, oh, another thing, history. When you look at history, you see, like, when we're born and we get on the world and we just see, like, oh, this is the world. But then once you start to study history, it's really amazing to me to see where things came from. Like some things, like when you find out the explanation of why it is the way it is, it's so fascinating because you realize, like, 100, 400 years of history led up to whatever some stupid little thing is to be the way that that is. I wish I could think of a great example right now. Um, but I think some of you know what I'm talking about. Like, when you look at history, you start to see. So, how can you not look at history? And something weird happened with my stream. Overanalyze? Yeah, I do too. Been with your son helping get through the finals. Oh, man, I can't even imagine what it's like right now to be a parent and having to deal with, like, get being so involved with school, especially the parents that also have work and, like, oh my gosh, I just can't even imagine. Yo, Slick Nick, what's up? Proverbs would help. Don't put it. That's good advice, Robert. Yeah. Okay. Let me catch up here. This kid is a saint. He's already passed three. Oh, good. Yeah, you know what's weird about emotional abuse is, like, when you're younger, like really young, like 10, 13, 14, 15, when you meet somebody else that's been tormented in some sort of way that's also young like you, or even not so young, you kind of like get this weird connection. Like right away, you're just like, wow, this is somebody that's like I can communicate with. Whereas, like, most of my young friends when I was really young, like I really had a hard time connecting. Um, and even now today, like when I, like, the typical bar crowd, like, not that like they haven't been abused in some way too also, but like I always have a hard time connecting with people that just think like, oh yeah, party, like life is so great. Like I'm just like I can't stop but thinking about um like so all the people that aren't getting your opportunity, which is weird because that's like I was studying Nietzsche, and that's like not a good thing. Like if things are going good for you, like you should like relish in it. You should enjoy it. You should push as hard as you can to become as great as you can, because then you have the power to help other people. So don't be tribal. Don't like hold yourself down with the pack. Like you should expand your horizons and become as great as possible. Because ultimately, that's what's really going to help the tribe. Three subjects. Oh, okay. Dude, the economy, I think the economy is going to come back pretty good. Because, a big part of the economy is the future. Like, when you trade stocks, like, and they talk about futures, like wheat futures, coffee futures. It's all about the status of the economy is all about what it's gonna be, not what it is now. And it looks like it's gonna be great. Like recovery is coming and it's gonna be all good. So we'll see. We'll see. Later, watching. It isn't. Do you watch Will Tell Stories videos? No. Hurt others and how to deal with it. You've been doing good with Grubhub. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And you know what else is crazy about emotional abuse? Is sometimes the abusers don't even know that they're abusers. I think I did see that video, Nick. Ambulance workers. That's cool. They don't. It's all because how much they love us. Yeah. They think because they have, it's kind of funny when somebody is so confident that they're making the right choices and they do zero research to make sure that they're making the right choices. It's like Google something, damn it. Like, oh my gosh. But that's where the personality disorder comes in. It's like some of these personality disorders, like there's this block emotionally. Like they have to be right all the time. Like they can't be wrong. Like that's like the worst thing in the world. Like they do nothing wrong. Yo, real Jordan. I saw the Burbank Boulevard Overpass video, Slick Nick. That was pretty cool. I wanted to go get video of that. I wanted to put up my drone, but it's hard. Like everything, I have so much to do. It's like I gotta like pick and choose. Like I wanted to go get a shot of all the protesters in front of City Hall right now. Like as the sun was setting, like the light changes. There's the one street, like I think it's like Los Angeles or something, or Hill. You're like up high overlooking the Grand Park and the City Hall. Like, but what am I gonna do? Drive 35 minutes just to get that one shot, and like, and then there goes like my whole rest of my day. Oh my God, Michelle, it's true. And wait for the Messiah. Hmm. And then they're gonna build the church in Jerusalem again. Um, or the temple. Andrew Guerrero. What's up, Andrew Guerrero? What's cracking? Have you listened to the Lemon Twist Twigs yet? Is that a music group? Are you, Ari, are you an anarchist? Yeah, pretty much. You know how it goes, Michelle. Jeez. You you've been through it. I've been avoiding the protests overall, too much traffic, but I've been watching on Seven. Yeah, I noticed what's her name? She's been in the studio. She I seen her around when the Porter Ranch fire was happening. And she was a field reporter, and she was in Porter Ranch every night for a few nights. And then what's her name? I can't even remember her name right now. But then she was like the main anchor in the studio for Seven, ABC Seven. What's her name? Ah. Anyways, now she's back in the field again. And I was so curious. Did she ask for that assignment? Did she like let me out there? Like I want to be out there talking to my LA peeps. But yeah, she's been in the middle of all the protests, which I thought was like pretty cool. I kind of like that job. I think I would like to be like a field reporter for Channel 7. Like that would be fun. How's the weather? It was hot. It was crazy hot today. Yo, Ethan, lemon water. You know, I passed kidney stones before and they were like, drink lemon water. Yeah, it's exactly the personality disorder 10K to life. That's the one. I don't want to say it. I just say a personality disorder because I don't know who's going to end up seeing this and like who it's going to offend. So instead of using the word like borderline personality, like the different personality disorders, I just say personality disorder. Like, because, like, honestly, that particular personality disorder, the one that you mentioned, 10K, the last thing you want to do is confront them with that. Like, you don't go up to them and tell them that that's what they are. Like, that's not a good idea. It doesn't help. Took a news class? Oh, cool. Mom was a narcissist. Oh, dude, so your sister is like the chosen child, and you're like the black sheep. Yeah, yeah. I'm going through the same thing. Yeah, yeah. And my dad's the same way too. He just, um, there's not a lot you can do with, you know what I mean? Like you either deal with it or you don't. Like it's not a fixable problem. You know, I've been researching. I've been researching. This is not something that, you know, and it's kind of crazy. It's interesting, right? Because um like people come back from alcoholism and drugs, and I personally think I could have ended up being, you know, a narcissist, but I think that there's like just certain aspects, certain things that happened to me in my life that made me see, like, you know, like that was one of my things about moving here, was to identify the traits that I don't like and see if I'm doing it too. Um, because I know, like, you know, it's sometimes it's unclear. Like when you have a problem in different relationships, and you, like, I'm always checking to think, like, wait, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I must have some part in, you know, this dysfunction. Like, what was my part? Um, let's read these. Try to catch up here. Yeah, it's gotten hot here, man. Today was so hot. Like I didn't even do anything. I did something, but for the most part, I didn't really do anything in this truck today. No, my car doesn't still smell like weed. Yeah, same here, Michelle. Oh my gosh. I dated like pretty much every girl. Well, no. There was a few girls, but yeah. Like, okay, so every relationship that I spent like any length of time in, they were a narcissist. And yeah, it's like, and then and not just that, like most of my friends, like so many people that I've become friends with in my life, I look back and I'm just like, oh my god, like they were all freaking narcissists. Like, oh my gosh. But then there's the people that do have maybe some narcissistic traits, but they got it from their family, and they're more the black sheep, and they haven't realized that they have these like narcissistic traits, even though they're not a full-blown narcissist. They've just been so affected by their narcissistic family that they have these like traits. But deep down, like, because I know him or her, you know, different people, I know that they're not like a full blown narcissist. Like I know a lot about them, and I know like they don't quite have the full deal. Yeah, they definitely can't take any criticism because they're perfect. More like the black cat. Dude, hey Michelle, have you ever been to DIY hardware over here? For Gonzalza? Um, there's these two cats that just kind of cruise around, and they've gotten really friendly lately. They're constantly going up to the customers and trying to get them to pet them. It's like the coolest hardware store because of the cats. No peace until you flee. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, it's like I started to realize recently, like, when I woke up and nobody was home and I just felt so relaxed and I thought like, wow, that's messed up. Like that is messed up. Like I'm literally hiding in my room. Oh, my leg's falling asleep. Oh, it's so. Oh, oh my God, my legs are completely asleep. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. The Marlin Show? Why are you just telling me about this, REG? I thought we were homies. They made a parody of me in my van? Dude, can you send me the link or something? Damn you, Ari. Why are you. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Oh, thanks, Frank's. Frank Castle. Yeah, thank you. I spent a lot of time realizing that and thinking to myself, like, man, like, why am I giving the rest of the world the benefit of the doubt when, they really actually do kind of suck? Yeah, you become codependent to your abuser. Yeah. And something about codependence is like, you know, a certain level of codependence is healthy in a relationship. Like the idea of a healthy relationship is interdependence, which means a little bit of independence with a little bit of codependence mixed together. Because, if you were both independent, then that wouldn't really be a relationship. So it's really a bit about interdependence. And I don't know, I just feel really confident that I'm very capable of interdependence, you know? Like I've been through it in relationships where maybe I was a little too codependent and I'm kind of reflected on it and realized like, oh yeah, like that was at that point that shit was just already not working out. Like just let it go. Some people try to hold on to something when like which I was doing when it was already not working out. It's like why stick around? Like just move on. Like this is not healthy. It's not good. And that happens often when you're dating somebody that's younger than you. But it also happens when you're dating somebody that's older than you too. Um, but especially when you're dating younger people. Oh shoot! I should have charged my phone before I started this. Kayla knows what I'm talking about. What is it about narcissists that attract me to them? Um, well, I don't know how much you've studied narcissism, but they're actually very good at attracting anybody to them. Um, they're very good at making themselves look good and putting up false fronts. So anybody could be attracted to a narcissist. The important thing is once you realize they're a narcissist, you run. Yeah, one thing about narcissists is they're really good salesmen. They're really good at getting people to do what they want and attracting people. Oh, Harbor Freight's dope, yeah. Yup. And DIY's right here. Um, are you done with Instacart? Um, I think I got one referral, and that was it. I had so many people sign up, and they just didn't complete the thing, you know? Yeah, that's good. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading all your messages. Missy, what's up? Just got to California? Welcome. Yeah, I mean, I love California. Another terms of service, be sure to opt out of arbitration after accepting. Yeah. It's at Chatsworth and Zelza next to Michael's. If Michael's is even there anymore, I don't know. I don't even know. Dude, the Watchman's so hilarious. He's like, Jesus this, Jesus that. And then he says, Harbor Freight China stuff may be getting short stocked soon. Like, what? It's so funny. Plywood is getting extremely expensive. It could cost you thousands to plywood up your shop or business. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness all the plywood I'm using in here is eighth inch. Somebody was like, dude, there's no such thing as eighth inch plywood. I'm like, I mean, that's what I'm using. He's like, it's called paneling. I'm like, I don't know, man. It looks like plywood. It's got like, the layers and stuff. I know, autocorrect is so annoying, right? Am I stressed out? Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually pretty stressed out. I didn't really sleep good last night. Like, I just kept waking up. What is Uber or hourly? I never read about it. I know it's like this new thing, but I didn't watch any of the videos, and I'm just like, who cares? I'm so over Uber right now. Oh, I'm caught up. Osh, yeah, where Osh was, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, totally. Like, narcissists that I've dated, like, typically very generous. Like, it's so weird when you're a guy and you're dating like a younger girl, especially, and she wants to like pay for everything. Like, it's like, oh, cool, all right, like, shoot, you know. Then like when you pay for stuff, like I'll pay for stuff because like I don't want her to just pay for everything. Like that's not fair. And so then I'm feeling good. Like I'm not the only one paying for stuff. Like because I've been in that kind of relationship too. And then yeah, they're like super confident, but then deep down, this is the problem with that particular personality disorder, is you're dealing like, and no matter what age they are, it's like dealing with a small child, like a 6 year old, like not a 10 year old, a 6 year old. That's a problem. You know, the temper tantrums, like it ain't good. Thanks, Frank. 50 per hour? How? Yeah, because the DIY is like completely across the street from, well, not across the street. It's like way down in the corner, you know, across from the Baskin Robbins that I got a Polar Pizza from today because my dad wanted one. Yeah, let me know, Mark. That'll be interesting to see what this Uber. Oh, what's up, dude? Genjoy, what is up? Civil? Uh oh. Uh oh. Multiple personalities. I know. I love this van house. Dude, trip out. Okay, don't tell anybody, all right? Top secret. My credit score is 825 right now. I never thought I would have an 825 credit score. But like I paid off all my cards. I bought this van cash. I owe nothing. Like now, every month, I any money I spend on my credit cards, I pay it off. And I have an 825 credit score. Some people go their whole lives and they never get into 800. Like I'm so happy right now. Like that's part of when I started the stream, I was like, dude, I have so much to be happy about. And I really do. Like I have this van, you know, like we're going through all this turmoil in the country and the world, and like I have a place to stay. Um, you know, my parents are relatively healthy, you know, at least physically. And yeah, there's just so much good going on. I'm in no debt. Um, like I have so many reasons to be happy. You guys are awesome. You know, like YouTube's been a little tough on me the last month or so, like, but I also haven't been posting, so I understand, you know? Like when you don't post, your channel suffers. And like I really want to post. It's not that I don't know, man. Like emotionally, I've been in a weird place and I think getting this van done, getting away from here, getting out in the world, getting back to work, doing some rideshare or something like that. Which I think, you know, it's getting to that time to just go ahead, do the rideshare, and yeah, yeah. That's wait. What are you asking? 50 per hour is what the passenger pays. I doubt that's what the driver makes. I don't have the option for it. Well, I mean, if you do a trip for an hour. Oh, wait. Oh, I understand what Uber hourly is. So they basically hire you. So you just like stick with them the whole time. Like, and they pay you by the hour. That's cool. Because they already try to do that, and then you end up getting screwed because you aren't moving for that hour. Yeah, no debt. It's amazing. It's a good feeling. Oh, you'll fix that 825 score for me? Thanks, Michelle. Shit. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? 850 is the max, and I'm at 825. I'm like, I never thought I would be like, I thought that was like rarefied air, but here I am. 945. You must be in the AP program. 945, really? 722 at 29 is pretty good because a big part of your credit score is the length of your credit history. So when you're young, 29, it could be difficult to have a good credit score because your credit history typically at that age doesn't go back very far. Dave Newsman, I love it. Yo, cool, Donnie. Thanks for the $2. You're blocked on my channel? No, you're not. Who would block you, Donnie? It's in Australia. Dude, I'm about to lose my battery, guys. 750 is an excellent score. 750 is all you need. Anything higher than 750 isn't really going to help you. $674 per week. Damn, Slick Nick, you're balling. There's no telling. All right, I'm all caught up. Yeah, I did, Michelle. I did. I did. You saw me apply, right? Um, I even helped my neighbor get it. Good night, 10K. Yeah, I hope you got something, Michelle. Oh, good. You're awesome, Michelle. I can't believe how long it's been, how long we've been locked up in our houses. It's crazy. All right. I think I'm going to go in. My phone's going to die and I'm going to end the stream. I'm deactivated. Uber deactivated me, so. Yeah, Uber deactivate. Every day, I'd have multiple passengers tell me I'm the best Uber driver they've ever had, and Uber deactivated me. Great company. Oh, Genjoy. Genjoy. Yeah, dude. Good to see you. One of my original subscribers back when I only had like 20 or 10 even. So crazy, right? So crazy. Good to see you, Michelle. No, they haven't reactivated it. They said permanently deactivated, effective immediately. So I'm looking at that like that. There's something wrong with that company. Like, seriously? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So now that we're gonna be employees and stuff, I've been thinking like, you know what? It's probably a good time to just do Lyft. And because I like Lyft better in a lot of ways. Um, so when we do transfer into like being employees and everything gets straightened out, I kind of want to. I think I want to be on the Lyft train. Time to sue Uber. Yeah, probably should and make some videos about them. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Donnie. All right, guys. Peace, Watchmen. Peace. Bye, guys. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a good week and stay safe. Um, if you go out and loot, get yourself the 82-inch TV. You know, just go ahead and splurge. You're not paying anyway. And BLM, right? Yeah, you're right, Nick. I should. All right, guys. Good to see you guys. I'll probably do another live stream. I should just like honestly like these days that I don't post videos, I might as well just come on live and like see how you guys are doing. But I'm sorry that I don't. And yeah, yeah. Believe me, I really want to post every day. I'm just haven't had it in me. Later, Nick. All right, bye, guys.